Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:52, and Phil Collins with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Oh, man. I can still picture Rebecca De Hornay on that train with that song playing in the background while she's, feeding the meter to Tom Cruise.
Oh, I just thought they were on the train ride. I must have gone to the bathroom at that point.
Yeah, he was laying some track, if you know what I'm saying.
Huh.
Yeah. And she was, too.
I didn't understand that part of the movie at all.
Hey, it's going to rain for now and then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 66. It is 66 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Sam Rivers, the bassist and co-founder of Limp Bizkit, passed away at the age of 48. The band announced his death on Instagram without revealing the cause. Rivers was remembered by his bandmates as an irreplaceable member and the heartbeat of the group. He co-founded Limp Bizkit with Fred Durst in 1994 and played a significant role in the band's success in the new metal scene. Not the new metal scene.
No, that's actually the old new metal scene.
Rivers struggled with health issues related to excessive drinking, but received a new liver transplant and had returned to performing with the band. Very young age to be gone.
No kidding.
48.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Got to take better care of yourself, I guess.
Sharon Osbourne is suffering more tragedy. Kelly Osbourne shared a heartfelt tribute to her late father, Ozzy, following the loss of their family dog, Elvis. So not enough you lose dad or your husband.
But Elvis has left the building, too.
Then the dog is gone, too. The Osbourne family is mourning the death of their beloved pet just weeks after Ozzy's passing in July. Kelly expressed her gratitude for Elvis, who had been a source of comfort for her during difficult times. Sharon Osbourne also paid tribute to Elvis, sharing memories of their 14 years together. The family continues to support each other as they navigate their grief, with Jack providing updates on Sharon's well-being. Well, there you go. When it rains, it pours. I mean,
it's never just one thing, is it?
No, it's you're dealing with the death of your loved one. And then your dog dies. Ugh.
Something good's got to happen to that family. I don't know what the hell that's going to be.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be okay. It's just the loss and the grief that you have to.
It's a tough patch. Tough patch.
Taylor Swift quietly attended the Kansas City Chiefs versus Las Vegas Raiders game at Arrowhead Stadium to support her fiancé Travis, but opted to stay out of the spotlight this time. Despite not being photographed by the press, fans of the stadium spotted her in the stands with her dad. Swift's low-key appearance follows her recent comments about avoiding paparazzi attention and wanting to support Kelsey without seeking the limelight. The couple, who sparked dating rumors in 2023, got engaged after nearly 2 years of dating and are set to get married soon.
We still don't know where they're being registered, do we? There's no, like Williams-Sonoma or...
No.
Because I had all these coupons from Bed Bath & Beyond. Now you can't even use them.
Maybe Christmas tree shops. Maybe they're registered
you can't use
there.
those either.
What about Bon-Ton?
Oh, boy. I don't know if they're into playing pickleball, but...
The Men's and Ho store. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Over there in Westfield. What was I going to say about that? Taylor Swift. I was just going to say something about Taylor Swift. Oh, she's sitting with her dad in the stands.
Yeah.
You think they're talking about that song Wood?
I don't know.
Hey, honey, explain to me more what this Wood song is about.
I'm going to guess that if there were any questions in his mind, he's not asking them.
You don't think he's saying, is that about superstitions or is that about your boyfriend's hog?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say, listen, I know these tickets to this football game are free, and I don't want to seem like I'm being, ungrateful.
That would be the thing that I would probably avoid.
Yeah, maybe after the game we can talk about that song Wood. In the meantime, shut up and pay attention.
And then after the game comes, you're like, oh no, you know what? We'll talk about it next week. And you just keep kicking the can down the road until you don't talk about it, and then somebody awkwardly brings it up. I think the dad's at an office party. So your daughter wrote that song About Travis Kelce's, you know what?
No. She was writing it about lumber.
No, it was about superstitions.
She walked through a Kelly Fredette and was inspired.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an awkward conversation.
This is why there are some, as fathers of girls, Steve, sometimes it's better just not to know.
Out of sight, out of mind.
That's
plausible deniability.
Exactly right.
Back to the Future is a classic movie with some minor time travel inconsistencies, including the guitar model Marty plays in a key scene. The cherry red Gibson ES-345 used in the film was not introduced until 3 years after the scene's setting in 1955. Michael J. Fox, who portrayed Marty, explained in his memoir that the choice of guitar was based on its resemblance to Chuck Berry's iconic instrument. Despite the error, Fox believes the guitar gaffe is not a major issue and appreciates fans' attention to detail. The whereabouts of the iconic movie prop remain a mystery, with speculation that a crew member may have taken it after filming. Probably.
This is why I always felt that the time travel aspect of that entire film ruined the movie.
I know. If you didn't have that, you wouldn't have had all this conflict and everything else.
We wouldn't be talking about a guitar that wasn't even invented yet.
Maybe. Did anybody ever think that that particular part of the story could just be like another offset for a movie? Like, hey, then in part 4, Marty comes back, gives the guitar to himself in the original 1950. I'll blow your mind.
It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
I mean, any inconsistency you make in a time travel movie, you can easily wrap up in a sequel.
It's a very good point when you think about it. There have been other time travel movies where a guy goes back in time and changes everything.
Makes a mistake.
Right.
And
fixes it. And then all of a sudden, that causes all kinds of problems.
Sylvester Stallone, known for his action movie roles, took a chance on the horror film I See You, EYE, back in 2002, also known as Detox. The movie, featuring a strong cast including Chris Christopherson and Jeffrey Wright, follows a cop trapped in a detox facility with a killer on the loose. Now, despite its flaws, the film has a so bad it's good quality that makes it worth a watch for fans of the genre. Stallone acknowledged the film's troubled production and limited release, but maintains a sense of humor about the experience. Yeah, it was not like the other 4 Rocky films that we did, but, it was all like doing good, and then I'm like, I'm done hurting for money, and I'm like, all right, yeah, Chris Christopherson and Jeffrey Wright, do it.
Who is that?
That's a Sly Stallone.
Oh, it's uncanny. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian is being in talks. I shouldn't.
Yeah, you try not to mix worlds.
Kim Kardashian is rumored to be in talks with the International Hot Dog Council.
Really?
To host and co-produce a global competitive eating series, tentatively titled Frankly Famous.
Oh, she must have something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I juggled too many wieners was when Ray J shoved his Nathan's footlong into my relish hatch until the buns split open in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother. I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once glazed her pretzel purse with enough mayo to choke Joey Chestnut.
Jesus.
I gave her the chili cheese combo platter, extra onions, no breath mints.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I stuffed that dumpling pouch harder than a Costco freezer bag on Sample Saturday. You can have as many as you want. It reminded me of that charity bratwurst boil we did with Hulk Hogan. And he bet me he could lube a dozen sausages using nothing but tanning oil and a single tear from Randy Savage's widow. Needless to say, Hulk lost the bet, I lost my appetite, and those sausages lost their structural integrity.
Oh, boy.
This is really getting a little complicated.
It's a lot. It's a lot to grasp, but I'll get through it.
That's what she said.
Yes.
And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102. Ah!
Outdoor Power Headquarters. Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't want to get crazy here and start saying that Drake May is the new Tom Brady. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Being compared to Tom Brady after less than 2 full seasons would be completely irresponsible. I mean, Tom Brady played in 335 games during his career. Drake May has only played in 20, 19 as a starter. Give me another 315 games, and maybe those comparisons might have some credibility. And that is why I don't think it's fair to make these kinds of judgments on the young man, at least not yet. Having said that, I'm going to do it anyway. Yesterday, as the Patriots were busy dismantling the walking dumpster fire that is the Tennessee Titans by a lopsided score of 30-13, Drake May obliterated a team record that I did not realize was going to be so effortless to achieve. Yesterday, Drake May threw for 222 yards, including 2 touchdowns, didn't throw a single interception, and here's where things seem impossible, threw 21 completions off of 23 attempts. That's a completion percentage of 91.3%. You know what Tom Brady's single greatest game completion percentage was during his long and storied career? It wasn't 91.3%. The best Tom Brady could ever muster was 88.5. Now, that happened 16 years ago. I'd also point out that Tom Brady's completion percentage throughout his entire career was 64.3%. That's 27.4% lower than what Drake May had yesterday. Now, I know it's unfair to compare Drake May to a guy who spent 23 years in the NFL and racked up 7 Super Bowl rings. However, Drake May's completion percentage for the season so far is 72.5%, second only to Jared Goff of the Lions. And you know who never had that sort of percentage? Tom Brady. And even though he's just a young kid, Drake May's career percentage is 69.8%. Is Drake May the next Tom Brady? Probably not. But if the first place New England Patriots found perhaps the second greatest quarterback in team history, it certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Not that they got a lot to choose from, but I think we can all take it. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Craftsman Outdoor Power Gear won't do all the work, but almost. Craftsman String Trimmers, Craftsman's Blower, Craftsman's Hedge Trimmers, Craftsman Power Washers. Save $20 on Craftsman Outdoor Power Gear at Rocky's with your Ace Rewards card. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:14, and Queen with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rainy to start today, then cloudy for the rest of the afternoon, high is 66. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 66. It's almost like 6-7.
But it's not.
It's one close away from being 6-7.
We're not quite there yet. Scott Cohen will be joining us in about an hour. We'll be talking about Patriots football, also the potential World Series. Lots to talk about after 7 o'clock.
I just watched the South Park, the latest South Park episode. It was all about 6-7. Now Cartman is going insane because he's laughing so hard every time he hears and somebody gets rizzed with 6-7. It's very, very, very funny. So
I like the fact you use the word rizzed. That's another one I'm going to have to look up.
Oh, it's like a whole vocabulary of words these kids have.
We had it too as kids, though.
Yeah, but it was just in a different form.
Yeah, except now that we're older, their vernacular makes so much less sense.
Yeah,
like when my kids were in high school, they were talking gibberish half the time. I couldn't understand half of what they were talking. Everything was low-key and mid, and I didn't know what the hell any of that meant.
And somebody felt the same way about you, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
When you were 15 or 16 years old, I'm sure.
I'm sure I was speaking gibberish to my parents. Well, I may still be speaking gibberish to my parents.
See, and I would have thought that by the time the adults got a hold of this, then all the kids would be like, this is lame, this is stupid, we're not doing this anymore. They keep doing it. I don't know.
They do it, but give it time, because at some point, all those things won't mean anything.
Right.
And the new generation will have its own language of gibberish.
Yeah.
It's just what we do.
Good times.
It's the colloquial language that is always in motion.
The wheels are in motion.
That's it, man. Yeah. Just can't speak the language. Got to make up stuff.
Pretty uneventful weekend. Mm-hmm. I watched a bunch of softball games, and then I went to the Glendale Grill on Friday night.
How was that?
I had a gift card for the Glendale Grill, and that was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah, it's a really good place. They had like chicken francaise. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, it's like was it all gluey? That's one of the problems I got with that dish. I don't like when it's all gluey.
No, this was nice and thin sauce.
All right, okay.
You don't like it jello-y like?
No, I prefer it to be slightly more crispy. I mean, not even crispy, because it's not really the thing that you get like crispy, but sometimes it comes out and it's like it's been dipped in glue.
Oh no,
Like the
no,
chicken?
this was very well done.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
and pretty uneventful. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really do anything.
We went to, and I haven't been to a youth hockey game in a long time.
Yeah.
Went to a youth hockey game over the weekend in Westfield, in Amelia Park.
Oh, I got shaken down by some Westfield hockey players yesterday for money outside of the grocery store.
The nerve in those kids playing a sport that's ridiculously expensive for their parents.
Holding up a flag and a cup.
Yeah.
Like what is the hockey?
And were they guilting you into making a donation
And
as
they-
you were going into the grocery store?
Well, yeah, and you know what? They were little kids too. They
Oh,
were like,
yeah.
'cause that's what they do. They use the little kids to, tug at their heartstrings and going, "Can we please have money because our parents are too poor to afford all of this hockey equipment?"
Did you ever have to do that as a kid?
Hockey?
No, not hockey, but like shaking people down for like donations as a kid.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we used to stand. Let's see. We used to stand for the Boy Scouts outside of the grocery stores, looking for money and selling popcorn. And,
Yeah, Boy Scouts was what I did as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember maybe this would have been even in Cub Scouts. So they're really trying to indoctrinate you young into the hard salesmanship of these kinds of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had this, and I don't even think they did. Back in the 70s, they used to equip Cub Scouts. It was a box. It was like a big cardboard box, and it was loaded with like different compartments of different kinds of pure garbage that you could sell to people. Things like a tape dispenser or a pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
And there was all kinds of really stupid stuff that no one really wanted, but this got you involved in the salesmanship at a young age. It's kind of like breaking child labor laws, except it was all for charity.
Yeah.
In this case, the Boy Scouts. I was never really good at that. I never really liked trying to do the hard sell to my grandparents. They were on a fixed income, for crying out loud.
You think about it, for a company, that's a pretty smart business move. You get a bunch of kids to sell your product. We sold light bulbs.
Light bulbs?
We had a scoutmaster who was like really into selling weird stuff. We had it was light bulbs. And people bought them.
Who doesn't need light bulbs?
Well, and those were the old ones too. The old incandescent ones. People, the thing would blow. You'd start shaking it around. You can hear the thing jiggling inside. You're going to need a new light bulb.
Sure.
Turn to your local Boy Scout troop. We have light bulbs. Yeah.
Never thought of light bulbs. That would have been a whole lot more, I don't know, convenient for people. That would have been something that people might want to buy, as opposed to my box full of plastic garbage.
Yeah. Well, it was a unique item that we were selling, but I don't like the whole sales thing. I don't like the kid. I mean, I had to give the kid money then.
See,
I'm walking out I said I'll be back because I didn't have any cash on me, so then I had to go. It was in Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
So I go into the Stop and Shop, and I had to get money out, from the cash back option.
I think one of the problems that bothers me about the whole grocery store shakedown is the location of the table. For example, if they got a table and they're going to start hounding you for cash, the time to get me is maybe after I'm leaving the store, assuming I have any money left after spending a fortune on food for my family.
Yeah.
You get me before I go, I might have to give up buying like a bag of grapes or some non-dairy creamer or any number of things that are on my list. But you get me afterwards. Okay, listen, if I got $1, here's $1. That's all I got left. After I've just been screwed by the grocery store and pinched for every dollar I had going in.
Most of the time, you can go in and out the same door that they're sitting by. Yeah, they should really have coverage at the other door. I don't know why they don't do that. That way, people don't sneak out. I could have easily snuck away from them by not going out the same exit.
I'm at the point now in my life. I don't know if it's an age thing or what it was, but now I'm at the point where I don't care how adorable you are as a kid, or what kind of sob story you're going to tell me as I'm walking out the store about what you need and how much you want to spend. I'm at the point now in my life where I'll say, yeah, no, not today. I don't care how much disappointment I lay on that particular young salesperson.
Yeah.
I'm walking past you with disappointment.
Speaking of which, you don't see those Knights of Columbus guys out there with the politically incorrect vests on anymore.
No, not as much. They probably figured it wasn't. It probably wasn't an effective approach.
Hey, how come we're not making any more money anymore? Like at some point, somebody said, "You really can't put that on the smock, on the money collecting smock." We can reword it.
I really thought these political statements would be like forever.
Yeah,
and we'd never have to go and get new smocks.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and Google it and say Knights of Columbus old money collecting smock.
They've got to be like in Savers bins all across America.
You know what? That's actually a good point. Like, I've never seen like an extra smock just hanging around somewhere. We're gonna have to go on eBay and see if we can see if somebody's selling one of these things. But it's kind of like why? Like at some point, somebody said to those guys, "Hey, this might not be the best use of language on a money collecting smock."
Now listen, we've spent a lot of money on these smocks.
Yeah.
We like to reuse these smocks down the road. Maybe it's the message that's really not landing with people like it used to.
Is it smock or schmuck? I think
smock for the person wearing it, schmuck for the person who donated.
Donated. There you go.
It's 6:23 on Rock 102. Go. It's 6:26 of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be rainy this morning and then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 66. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 66 in downtown Springfield. It's a lot of 66s.
It sure
Almost
is, Steve.
6-7s.
Well, that could still happen. Hey, the Rock 102 Mayflower Marathon returns 3 days prior to Thanksgiving. You and I, Steve, will be broadcasting for 52 hours, starting at 6 o'clock on Monday, the 24th of November, until Wednesday, the 26th at 10 a.m. from outside the South End Market at MGM Springfield. Our goal is to fill as many trailers of non-perishable food donations as is humanly possible for the open pantry. They need your help desperately this time of year, so start collecting now at work, at home, school, around the neighborhood, whatever you can do. You can also donate online at rock102.com. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Capital Moving and Storage, Armament Trucking, Xfinity, Camping World of West Hatfield, Michael's Party Rentals, MGM Springfield, and many more. You can get all the details at rock102.com. It's the Mayflower Marathon coming up next month on Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right, you ready to laugh?
I am.
And you probably should go to somewhere else because this isn't going to be funny.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
What did the mother cow say to her calf at night?
I don't know, Steve. What did the mother cow say to her calf at night?
It said, go to sleep. It's past your bedtime.
Past your bedtime.
Yeah.
That's a cow joke.
What's a horse's favorite fruit?
I don't know.
Cantaloupe.
Canter, because they canter
yeah.
when they're walking. Yeah.
What do insects always take to the beach?
I don't know, Steve. What do insects always take to the beach?
They're buggy boards.
They're buggy boards to ride the waves.
And what do you call an insect that performs magic?
I don't know, Steve. What do you call an insect that performs magic?
Hocus pocus locust.
Locust. They're
See?
like a plague.
You can come back here every single day and listen to the sounds of laughter and joy for the Bax and Nagle Joke of the Day.
Is it any wonder we're such a success?
And I just gave you a whole week's worth of jokes. You don't have to hear another one for the rest of the week.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
6:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Cluet's Appliance. Save big on all appliances every day at Cluet's. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Traffic alert. Road hog. I-91 northbound just before the rest stop area up in Holyoke. You're familiar with that one, Bax?
No, I don't.
Swallow Hollow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A car went into the woods, right-hand lane closed in Holyoke up in that area. So try to avoid that. I mean, luckily, it's not a heavily traveled road.
No. Are we finding out that this happened this morning, or this happened like 4 or 5 days ago?
No, this actually happened this morning. This is from a listener.
A listener.
Now, all these other ones happened hours ago. Are you ready?
Yes.
One person is in custody after allegedly hitting a Holyoke police cruiser and leading police in 2 states on a pursuit. Holyoke police said that a suspect who was wanted in connection with a Beach Street larceny was seen around 10:30 a.m. Friday. The suspect was reportedly seen driving a vehicle that was reported stolen out of Connecticut. Officers tried to pull the vehicle over, but the driver allegedly struck a police cruiser head-on and nearly struck several officers and sped away, according to police. The driver allegedly fled onto I-91 South. Mass State Police told Western Mass News they assisted Holyoke police with a pursuit along I-91, and the stolen vehicle reached speeds of approximately 95 miles an hour. Their pursuit was terminated once the vehicle crossed into Connecticut. Once over the state line, the Connecticut State Police then helped with the pursuit. The driver, whose name has not been released, crashed near exit 32 in Hartford and was placed under arrest and transported to a Hartford area hospital. An officer who was involved in the crash is expected to be okay. For those heading south, see, this is where they didn't update the story, because this was 2 days ago. For those heading south towards Hartford, the ramp from I-91 South onto I-84 West is closed to traffic.
I'm going to guess it's open.
It's very much open. I mean, this happened 3 days ago.
It would have to be a spectacular crash for it to close for 3 days.
Wildly spectacular, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Longmeadow police credited their canine Reuben and his commanding presence for catching a suspect who broke into a home in Longmeadow around 2:40 a.m. Sunday morning. Officers said a man entered a car on Pinewood Drive by using the garage door opener to enter the house, triggering the alarm. The suspects then fled the scene, where Reuben was able to track the suspect onto a backyard on Pinewood Hills, and he was taken into custody. Police have not released any information on the suspect. Good boy.
Good boy, Reuben.
Good boy. You're a good boy.
That's a good boy.
You're catching those Longmeadow robbers. Good boy.
Now, did they actually take anything from his home, or did Reuben scare the living bejesus out of him too quickly?
I don't know. You name a dog after a sandwich?
It's a delicious sandwich, though.
It is. I mean, with the Russian dressing and the sauerkraut.
I love that. I like when the rye bread is just like toasted just right.
Pastrami or corned beef?
You know, I kind of lean towards pastrami if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the corned beef, actually.
No, I mean it
has to be fresh brisket, though. It can't be, like
processed
I
understand.
Deli meat.
But I've always been a big fan of a good warm pastrami. I love that. Anyhow,
on 6 p.m. on Sunday, the Mass State Police went on pursuit of a driver who failed to stop for a trooper on I-91 northbound between exits 15 and 22. What is this? Run from the police weekend?
I don't know. I mean, were the police looking for chases, or what's going on here?
I don't know. What is Sting up to? Was his Sting in the area at the time?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
That kind of police?
I don't know.
The chase continued on to Greenfield, where state police terminated their chase, leaving the Greenfield police to pursue. Eventually, the driver had managed to escape from local law officials. The local law officials, like it's Buford T. Justice up there in Greenfield. Boy, when I get home,
I'm going to slap your mama in the mouth.
A state police helicopter was dispatched to follow the vehicle after the driver evaded the local authorities, which had spotted the suspect re-enter I-91 southbound in Greenfield, where state police began the pursuit for the second time. Yeah, even the state police don't even want to go through Greenfield. They're like, whoa, that's all. That's your problem now.
What is it? Is it just Greenfield itself? Is it navigating through that rotary? What is it?
I think it's Greenfield. It must be the cops up in Greenfield. Hey, you guys put the dick in jurisdiction. You can have it. After a short while, the helicopter managed to once again find the suspect vehicle, crashed into a cement post on Conway Street in Deerfield, where Deerfield police arrested the suspect and transferred custody over to the Mass State Police. The identity of the driver is not available at this time, probably because he's unrecognizable from the crash that he had when evading police.
Right. Or the tune-up that the police gave him when they finally caught up to him.
That's true, too. On Saturday morning, a driver lost control of their vehicle while leaving a car wash on Montgomery Street in Chicopee. The runaway car also struck a parked car as it continued to eventually crash into a gas pump, causing the fire suppression system to activate. Western Mass News reached out to the Chicopee Police Department, who said there were only minor injuries as a result of the accident. That's one car ramming into something, and then there was another one in Springfield. 6 people are without a home after a car crashed into a house in Springfield around 10 p.m. Saturday night. It happened at 844 Worthington Street. Emergency crews got to the scene quickly and helped remove the driver from the car, and they were taken to a hospital to be evaluated for non-life-threatening injuries. The Red Cross is assisting the 6 people who live there.
All right, but in all fairness, she did blow the horn.
Well, it said get out of the way.
It's like,
And they didn't get out of the way.
so the building structure is actually partially at fault.
Yeah. I don't understand why nobody ever blames the buildings for these accidents.
It's a no-fault state, right?
Yeah, it's just like the people walking through the crosswalks I was talking about in Northampton. They just walk right out into the middle of the street. These houses, they just get up and they stand up and they say, oh, I'm right here on a corner in an intersection.
And if you accidentally hit one, all of a sudden it's your fault.
I don't. These rules of the road are need to be revamped, I think.
Well, when was the last time you read them? We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Last time you read the rules of the road, you were 16 and a half years old trying to get your license. You remember anything from that book? I don't.
I remember...
I'm making the rules of the road up as I go along.
I remember you passed. That was the...
that's all that mattered. And by the skin of my teeth, too.
Yeah, well, now it's a little bit harder.
I guess so.
A massive Amazon Web Services outage is causing disruptions around the world today. The cloud-based service hosts many websites for companies like the government, universities, and many media organizations, to name a few. Additionally, several users reported having issues on trying to use Snapchat, Roblox, Duolingo, the McDonald's app, and many other services, according to the Associated Press. AWS began investigating the issue just after 3 a.m. The company identified a potential cause for errors around 5 a.m., saying it stems from errors with DynamoDB, a system for managing database tables and indexes. I don't know what that is about. We are seeing significant signs of recovery. Most requests should now be succeeding. Have you had a problem with the web this morning?
A little bit, but not on Amazon.
Yeah, there was
a little sluggish for a while.
Well, that's here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't necessarily blame Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, that's what's going on.
Okay.
A man in Florida who claimed to be Elon Musk stole nearly $600,000 from a woman, according to authorities. He does not look anything like Elon Musk.
And I don't know if Elon Musk really needs to steal money from anybody.
Jeffrey Moynihan pleaded no contest to charges against him. He received 1 year behind bars and nearly 30 years of probation. Investigators say Moynihan impersonated Musk and befriended a 74-year-old woman from Texas on Facebook. They exchanged messages for months. Prosecutors say he scammed her out of $600,000.
That doesn't sound like Elon Musk to me.
Promising her $56 million in return. A lot of times, the people that are older may not have such a large social group, said a representative. And if you're home alone, for a day or two or whatever, and someone sends you an email and it's very friendly, it can really trick people. Bradenton police have dedicated an elder fraud unit to respond to these types of crimes. They should have done that over 2 years ago before this lady got scammed out of the money. Yeah.
I actually think the only time that Elon Musk has really scammed people out of money is when he put that Cybertruck on the road.
Well, I mean, it's an efficient vehicle.
I'm sure it is, but it also looks ridiculous. It looks like a toaster on wheels.
That was the one of the arguments. Are like, people are boycotting Tesla, because of Elon Musk. I would boycott Tesla because that car is hideous.
It looks stupid.
It's ridiculously stupid.
No offense to those of you who overspent your money on buying one, but the rest of us are looking at you like you're some sort of dope. No offense.
Well, that'll be like the DeLorean one day. One day, that'll be just like, remember this thing that came out and, it was supposed to be cool and it really wasn't.
Unless the feds can somehow find, entrap Elon Musk in like a hotel room doing, lines of blow with hookers. I don't know if they're really going to get him that way.
The technology is efficient.
Sure.
So why not make something that people would want to be seen in?
Well, he's done that. There's a lot of Teslas on the road.
I know, but
not that many Cybertrucks. I mean, although there are more Cybertrucks out there than I would have thought even imaginable, but they're out there.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little over the top with the design.
Yeah.
Could you have toned it down a little? It's like somebody wearing like a really bright colored shirt to an event that it's like a black tie event. Somebody wears like hunter orange to the Bright Nights ball. You're gonna stick out. It's the same thing with these cars.
It'd be like wearing a clown suit at a funeral. It's just not appropriate.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's another crazy story. A stray bullet from a police gun range practice hit monkey bars at a community park in Arizona. Officials are investigating after a stray bullet hit the monkey bars at Gladden's Farms Community Park in Marana, Arizona Wednesday morning. Officials said the police department was doing rifle training at the gun club at the time and confirmed the stray bullet was fired from one of its officers. The gun range is less than a half a mile from the park. There were no injuries, but according to town officials, a woman and child were at the park and heard the shot. Robin Taylor said she and her grandson were playing with toy trucks when they heard a gunshot. Literally, I go down and it went zoom, and it hit right at that monkey bar right there. She's pointing over the thing. The town said a similar incident happened in 2020 when several bullets from the gun range hit the base field right next to the playground. No one was hurt in that incident. Do you think maybe changing the direction of where the target is in the shooting range might, if you tilted it away from the playground of the school?
Sure, that's the easy way to do this. But it might not be convenient.
Yeah.
Or you could move the what's the difference between a jungle gym and monkey bars anyway?
Well, monkey bars are just that.
Just bars.
Just bars.
For primates.
Jungle gym.
For apes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jungle Jim is a guy I used to buy weed from in college.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
that makes all the difference.
Yeah, well, because he lived in a jungle. His dorm room was a jungle.
I see.
He had all these house plants.
Of course. Right. Well, either way, you're probably not gonna
very pungent smelling house plants.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, it's I don't know what's easier to move, the monkey bars, the jungle gym, or the targets. I assume targets, but I don't know the setup.
I would imagine it's just like, like runways at an airport. Like there are certain runways that face one way and there's certain runways that face the other way. Sometimes they can't use ones that face a certain way because of the wind and stuff. It's the same thing. Use the shooting range that faces outwards.
And doesn't face directly into the sun. That's another thing you got to keep in mind.
Unless they were telling like these recruits, hey, you know what? Those are ISIS people on on those monkey bars and training over there. Go ahead and get them.
I hope that's not what they do.
Well, you ever see those videos of the jihads training? They're
sure.
Running on the monkey bars.
I know you like 75 people in the back of a Toyota pickup truck, but nevertheless.
I don't know. Jihad training seems a little fun. You get the little monkey bars. I didn't see one of those little merry-go-round.
Do they run through the tires on the ground?
Yeah,
too?
yeah, they should.
Football players.
Yeah. What about the spinny merry-go-round thing?
Yeah. Oh, you need that.
Yeah.
That's good training.
All
there.
right, everybody, hold on. This ride is about to get wild.
Did I just see you step on a crack? Your mother may break her back.
Wait a minute. Is this the song about superstitions, or is this about Travis Kelce's penis? Because I heard two different songs last week. That Taylor Swift, she has all those hidden lyrics.
Oh, so much metaphor.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be, how did we get here?
I don't even know.
How did we get to this part?
There's no way to know for sure.
Rainy this morning, then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 66. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 66 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 6:53, and Zeppelin on Rock 102.
It is going to be rainy this morning and then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 66. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 66 in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, this is a pretty cool one. It's one of the, Chris Spedding is my guest, guitar legend, one of the most in-demand session players in British history. He's played with everybody from Paul McCartney to Jack Bruce to Elton John, The Pretenders, Brian Ferry. The list is absolutely endless. It's available right now on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as the app. It's also brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram and Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
There you go. I don't know how much you follow drama on TikTok. Every once in a while, I'll stumble across a story that I need to start following because everybody starts to follow it. So it's like, ooh, what's next?
Right.
There was this DoorDash driver who claimed, well, she had video. She went to deliver this DoorDash delivery to a guy's house, and the instructions were to leave it outside the door.
Okay.
She goes up to the door, but the door is wide open. The guy is seemingly passed out on the couch with his genitalia exposed.
Okay.
So she goes in, she goes kind of into the apartment to show what's going on.
Sure.
And then starts walking away going, "Oh my God, I can't believe,
Oh, he's in his own house.
Well, so that's the debate online. This person is claiming that she got fired from DoorDash because she was sexually assaulted. The general consensus on the internet, though, is why did you go in the guy's house to film him? Could you have not done that from the hallway? It's like obviously in this apartment complex.
Okay, but
seemingly outdoors or whatever.
Don't you knock on the door and leave it on the front, like in front of the door?
Well, the instructions said leave it near. She went too far. She went up to the door and then she took out her phone and then started taping the guy. Now, there could have been a couple of explanations for this guy because there's been no explanation of what this guy was doing. He could have very well been, hey, I saw this on a porno video once where, you leave the door open and you're self-exposed.
And if it happens in porn, it must obviously happen in real life all the time.
Correct. So there could be that aspect. There also could be the aspect of he ordered DoorDash and he was so drunk that he passed out on the couch, not realizing the door was open. There's that, too.
There's that possibility also.
But the idea to say that you were assaulted when you clearly went in and were videotaped, she didn't have to cross that threshold. I think if she didn't cross that threshold into the guy's house.
To me, if she had knocked on the door and the guy said, "Come on in," and then he was naked on the couch, well, that's potentially an assault. But that doesn't seemingly apply here.
But if the door is wide open and somebody's doing that,
yes,
I mean, indecent exposure is still a thing. It's still a law.
Sure,
you're not supposed to do that, but
he is in his own home, and you have been the one to cross the threshold, and you took video of him without his permission.
In his apartment.
She
walked into the door. She walked over the threshold. I think as soon as you walk over the threshold, you kind of lose your argument of that you were attacked by somebody.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was just, had you knocked on the door and he got up, and maybe he would have put a robe on or pulled his pants up or something.
But the reality is, I don't know if any of this is real. I watch these videos. It's an entertainment platform.
Yeah, I know.
So, people.
What did he order, by the way?
I don't even know what he ordered.
The jerk chicken?
That's what it was. That was that new Jamaican place that he ordered from.
Right.
Lots of jerk chicken.
Lots of.
Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Jerk chicken.
Lots of jerk going on over here at this house.
Instead, she walked in his red stripe.
This is Jerk Central. It's in a round building. It's a circle. That's where all the jerks.
Yes.
That's where all the jerks gather.
That's absolutely correct.
So there you go.
It's 6:57 on Rock 102.
2 games on tap.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, not for nothing, but the World Series is set to start this Friday night with a whole 5 days away from today. Last night, the Toronto Blue Jays were able to force the Seattle Mariners into a 7th game after winning Game 6 by a score of 6-2. With the American League Championship Series now tied at 3 games apiece, that means it comes down to a pivotal and deciding Game 7 situation. Now, I don't particularly care for 7-game situations. I prefer a swift 4-game sweep. But since the winner of tonight's game in Toronto will have to face the soul-crushing human buzzsaw of the LA Dodgers in the World Series, I'd want to prolong the inevitable for as long as possible, too. I'm sure by now most of you heard about the Dodgers obliterating the Milwaukee Brewers in a 4-game sweep. Brewers, who are technically the best team in baseball, a team who beat the Dodgers 6 times during the regular season, were unable to stop what I believe was the single greatest 1-game performance by any player in baseball history. And that is the complete destruction of the Milwaukee Brewers at the hands of Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers. On Friday night, Ohtani not only gave a dominating performance on the mound with 10 strikeouts, allowing only 2 hits in 6 innings without giving up a single run, he also crushed 3 home runs at the plate. You know how many times that's ever been done in baseball's 179-year history? Never. It was a performance so magnificent it almost defies logic of any kind, because baseball players just don't do that, except that guy. So if I'm an everyday player on a team that could be potentially a World Series rival, and I have to have this crazy notion in my head that I'm just going to walk in there and win a World Series championship against that guy, then perhaps I might need to prepare myself for the single greatest disappointment of my life. Because I don't think Shohei Ohtani is done proving himself, nor do I think he's going to go empty-handed after the World Series over, which in my opinion already is, even though it hasn't even started yet. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Do you know all about paint? Well, Colin does. Colin is the paint department expert at the Palmer Rockies. He's probably helping someone right now with their painting project today. When it's time for your painting project, you need to see Colin. Good people, rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 7-Eleven, and Motley Crue with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be rainy to start, then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 66. It is 66 right now in downtown Springfield. We do have a traffic alert up in Holyoke. 91 North is a parking lot. And I'm guessing it's due to that other accident that was there an hour before near the rest area.
Oh, yeah.
So the traffic is backed up.
Fire trucks were.
That's why.
There you go.
And it'll take you 4 hours to get back home today. Good for you. In the studio with us is Scott Cohen. Loads to talk about today,
Sure.
including about the first place New England Patriots.
Officially, not like, no tiebreaker involved. They're in first place all by themselves.
This is the bye week for Buffalo couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, they're the easiest part of their schedule is right now for the Patriots.
Yep.
And Buffalo can't really respond until next week.
Exactly. So, I guess allegedly the easiest part of their schedule. Hold on here. Let me yank up the NFL standings right now. All right. So, the aforementioned Patriots are 5-2 after the win over Tennessee yesterday. More on that in a minute. Buffalo idle 4-2. Steelers are in first place in the AFC North at 4-2. The Colts are 6-1. They're the only outlier. And then the Broncos in the AFC West are 5-2. So technically, the Patriots are in second place in the conference, never mind just the AFC East.
Well, I'm at 5-2. They actually have the second best record in the AFC.
Yep, second best record in the AFC. And when you go, all right, and then in the NFC, the Eagles are 5-2, leading the East. Your Packers are 4-1. The Buccaneers are 5-1. They played tonight against Detroit, and the 49ers and Rams are 5-2. But remember back, I guess, when we were kids, I think even when Pete Rozelle was the NFL commissioner way, way, way back when, and, the whole any given Sunday thing came up, and the NFL is the parity in the NFL, anybody can beat anybody. We are officially at that point now. There's no super team in either conference right now.
But there are some super bad teams.
There's some super bad tems.
Tennessee is one of them. And, when you kind of knew last week when they got rid of their head coach that this was going to be a team that was not going to be able to really compete at any level against the Patriots. And as it turned out, that's exactly what happened. And everyone say, well, yeah, that had to be a very satisfying win for Mike Vrabel. I'm sure on some level it was, but I'm sure Mike Vrabel looked at that team and said, I can't feel too good about this.
I just want to get they wanted to get into town, win the game, and get out of town without anybody getting hurt or anything like that, and they accomplished both.
You know, every time we talk about him, you're starting to get the sense that momentum is really on Drake May's side.
Yep.
One thing that he did yesterday, which is amazing, he had a completion percentage yesterday of 91.3. Tom Brady
numbers.
Never had that.
Yep.
Tom Brady's best game for completion percentage was 88.5, and that happened like 16 years ago, 2009.
Yep.
He went 21 for 23. He had just a great game, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yep.
He's only the one thing you have to keep in mind about Drake May.
We've talked about it before.
He has now played in 20 NFL games, 19 as a starter.
Yep.
But his progression compared to nearly every other quarterback in the NFL is amazing. He's on top of nearly every quarterback statistic, at least within the top 5, top 10, depending on the stat, in the entire league. I mean, it's unheard of for a guy who's got that little experience.
And if you want to sit here and criticize him, he doesn't throw. Although he threw the ball downfield yesterday, he showed his arm strength. He's got that. But it's like he doesn't. The Josh McDaniels has put Drake May in the perfect situation where he's not asking him to do anything more than is necessary. We've said it. I've said it in the last couple of weeks. They went out and spent like $300 million in the offseason on the defensive side of the football. That's all set. Vrabel is a defensive coach. They've got Drake May. He's coming along. Again, mention him in any way in the same breath as Tom Brady. The running game showed up yesterday.
Yep.
But this is a solid, decent little football team, and it all starts at the top.
Yeah. I mean, Mike, if you were going to put a label on who is a potential Coach of the Year candidate
right now,
how do you not ignore? How could you possibly ignore Mike Vrabel? What he's done, unbelievable.
So when I covered horse racing, there you would always look for the jockey trainer combination. Good trainer and good jockey means on a decent horse always comes out on top. In baseball, and we're going to talk about Shohei Ohtani in a minute, great starting pitcher and a great hitter. With him, it's all in one.
Right.
That's always a devastating combination. And Mike Vrabel has absolutely positively set the tone for this team. It's a complete turnaround from last year, where every single week there seemed to be some sort of chaos, and that's just not there.
Yeah.
He's running a good, solid corporation right now.
The Browns are a mess. That's coming up this weekend.
They are, but they've got arguably the top defensive player in football. They won convincingly yesterday. All of a sudden, and again, what we talked about a couple of minutes ago, there are no super teams in the NFL right now, and it's Patriots are going to be favored next Sunday, but it's not going to be a walkover.
So let's talk about about baseball here for a minute, because obviously the American League is in a 7-game series now between Toronto and Seattle. Looked like Seattle was going to walk away with this. Toronto comes back, ties the whole thing up.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 6 home runs in the postseason.
He's been great.
Been
absolutely great. But I don't think it's going to make a damn bit of difference.
I know.
Starting on Friday when the World Series begins and they got to face the Dodgers. The team is just way too stacked. And I know a team like Milwaukee had beaten them 6 times this season. But, I mean, you watched what happened on Friday with Ohtani. It's unbelievable. It doesn't even make any sense that a guy could be that effective on both sides of the plate. Pitching, 10 strikeouts, doesn't give up a single run, and then obliterates 3 home runs to seal the deal, and all of a sudden it's a 4-game sweep. It is maybe the most amazing performance that I think baseball has ever seen.
Ever. So it's like, if you would go and talk about home runs, and if I said to you most impressive major league home runs in a postseason game prior to Friday night, what would you say?
I'd pick the obvious ones. I'd pick Carlton Fisk,
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
Three home runs.
Yeah, right.
3 home runs in a World Series. For me, that's like the quintessential amazing baseball game.
Yeah.
And so Ohtani, it's not a World Series game, but it's a championship. He did that and struck out 10 guys. Ridiculous. I did not watch the game on Friday night, Bax. Got up in the morning, and I've got this friend from elementary school, Eddie Zazzali from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and he sent me a text. Did you see what happened last night with Ohtani? He said, otherworldly, and I'm like, what's he talking about? Go on YouTube, watch it, and my mouth just opened wider and wider and wider as you saw all that. And we got into an interesting conversation. One of the reasons why you don't see what happened with Ohtani on Friday night is because Major League Baseball views the game in an archaic way.
Right.
When you were 10, 11, 12 years old, I played baseball in high school. Mm-hmm. The best kid on the team pitched. Then when he wasn't pitching, he played shortstop.
Yep.
And 9 times out of 10, he was the best hitter on the team in elementary school, little league, and all the way through high school. And then all of a sudden, the game gets to a point where they split, and you concentrate on this and you concentrate on that. I'm not saying that someone could do what Ohtani did Friday night, but there is opportunity for that, but the game simply doesn't allow it.
The game doesn't allow it, but the other thing about it is because you're talking about a championship series, most teams facing a guy like that would try to pitch around him the best they can. And there was no doing that.
Yeah.
There is no pitching around him because the rest of the lineup is stacked. But when you pitch to him and you give him an opportunity to belt it out 3 times in a game,
it's
dude.
Crazy.
I mean, that's...
I know.
Think of any player over the last 50 years that may have had the talent to just pull that off. Barry Bonds, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah,
Ken Griffey
Barry
Jr.
Bonds got intentionally walked more than any other player in I believe in baseball history. And they refused to pitch to him.
And Ohtani, to me, would have been one of those situations where I wouldn't have thrown a single pitch his way.
Yeah.
But yet, the guy completely controlled the game. I mean, it is just like a jaw-dropping performance.
Back to the obviously they were showing the Reggie Jackson home runs over the on Saturday after the Ohtani game. In that World Series, Yankees-Dodgers at Yankee Stadium, I believe it was a Game 6. Jackson hit 3 home runs on 3 pitches.
Yeah.
And again, it's the exact same thing you just mentioned. You would figure by the 3rd at bat that they would have said, no, we're not. We're going to walk him. We're not getting involved in this. 3 home runs on 3 pitches for Reggie, and what Ohtani, we'll be talking about that forever and ever and
for
ever.
years. All right, so World Series starts on Friday.
Yeah.
I predict a 4-game sweep on that one too.
Yeah, well, it's either going to right. It's either going to be a completely West Coast series, or we've got we'll have the intercontinental series between Canada and Los Angeles.
See what happens. All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Yep, you bet.
All right, Scott Cohen. It's 7:23 on Rock 102. It's 7:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be rainy today in the morning, and then cloudy by this afternoon with a high of 66. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 66 still in downtown Springfield.
Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool is underway at rock102.com. It's your call football. Weekly winners get a $50 gift certificate to Vanish Valley Brewing in Ludlow. The overall season winner gets a $5 cash card courtesy of Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics to spend any way you want. Check the stats, go with your gut, go to rock102.com and play Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool from Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics and Rock 102 Springfield Classic Rock.
All right, then. We got news. It's coming up next.
7:30 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Is local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Traffic alert, Roadhog, northbound I-91, just backed up just after East Hampton. So there seemingly was an accident there a couple hours ago or an hour and a half ago, and it still hasn't been cleaned up. So that's causing some major backups this morning. So avoid I-91 north, the not very heavily traveled road.
No, nobody goes up there.
Longmeadow police credited their canine Reuben. Reuben. I like Reubens.
I like Reubens, too.
And his commanding presence for catching a suspect who broke into a home in Longmeadow around 2:40 a.m. Sunday morning. Officers said a man entered a car on Pinewood Drive using the garage door opener to enter the house, triggering the alarm. The suspect then fled the scene, where Reuben was able to track the suspect to a backyard on Pinewood Hills, and he was taken into custody. Police have not released any information on the suspect. This sounds like an unsolved mystery, Longmeadow. Don't you think?
Yeah, it does.
Uh-huh. Longmeadow, Massachusetts. A quiet town until one man decided at 2:40 a.m. was the perfect time to go Ocean's 11 on a Toyota Camry.
That dog was about to nibble my ass.
He broke into a car, found a garage door opener, and thought, jackpot. Moments later, he's inside someone's garage until an alarm goes off louder than a Patriots fan yelling at referees.
I thought the Titans had a chance.
Reuben, a very good boy with zero patience for idiots. Within minutes, the suspect was cornered in the backyard, hands up, surrendering faster than a kid who just broke mom's lamp, like Peter Brady playing ball in the house.
He was gnawing at my legs like my pants are made out of milk bones.
So remember, in Longmeadow, if you're thinking about breaking in, turn to Chief Robert Stocks on another Unsolved Mysteries Longmeadow.
You know, this is the kind of thing that really should be handled by a Robert Stack or a Dateline, or Robert Stocks or a Dateline, or maybe a 2020 investigation.
You never had one of them. What's that guy? What was the guy's name? The Predator catcher.
Chris Hansen.
You never had a Chris Hansen in a Longmeadow home.
No, you never.
Would
have.
That kind of behavior ever be tolerated in that town to begin with?
You gotta. I'm sure it must happen, but I don't think anyone's ever seen Chris Hansen sitting by the island in the kitchen says, "Do you know who I am?" And the guy says, "Oh, quap." And there you go. Next thing you know,
that's it.
You're on national TV,
and you're getting your face splattered all over the place,
which is what you went there for in the first place.
Yeah. A man is seriously injured after an incident involving a lawnmower in Suffield on Saturday afternoon. At around 12:52 p.m., first responders were called to the area of Thompsonville Road after a report of a lawnmower accident. When crews arrived, they found a man lying on the ground with an overturned mower on top of him. Crews were able to help remove the mower and give medical assistance. The victim suffered life-threatening injuries and was transported to a nearby hospital. Officials said he is currently in critical condition. No other details were released. That's
awful.
It's a lot of people don't realize how easy it is to get injured by. You take one little wrong turn on like an incline or something, and that whole thing can flip over. Even those small ones, I used to have a snapper. Did you ever have a snapper? One of those little, they look like bicycles, but they were lawnmowers.
No, I never had.
You never had the snapper?
Like a push mower kind of thing?
No. It's you sit down on it. Probably goes about a mile an hour.
Sure.
And it's a little riding mower, but it's like a riding mower for people who really can't handle riding mowers.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I don't. I've never used one.
It had little handlebars, like it almost looked like a scooter.
No, I can't say I have.
The owner of several well-known and unique restaurants in Connecticut is facing more trouble. Raw, I like it raw. A popular seafood bar in Hartford has been evicted. The owner was the same woman who ran into tax and rent problems with her other restaurants, including the Place to Be.
Which is no longer the Place to Be.
No, it's the Place to Be evicted is where it is. on Wednesday, customers came across a lock on the front door of Raw. Okay, that's a little too much. You came across the lock on the front door of the Raw bar?
That's right. Yes.
I like it raw.
I like it raw.
And an eviction notice. I wasn't super surprised, said Catherine Murphy, who works near Raw. According to court paperwork, Raw owed more than $18,000 for rent to the landlord. Owner Gina Luari had until Friday to get out of the building. We used to go to Place to Be a lot. It was definitely popular, but yeah, we saw it all in the news recently, Murphy added. She also heard about all of the legal problems. I think she was in over her head. That's the big problem. Big dreams, big aspirations, but it kind of bit her in the butt. I like how they just picked some random person off the street to start asking
like he
them.
would be a good like he would be in the know.
When Raw opened, they had a grant worth $150,000 to get the space off the ground. However, even with the eviction, that money wasn't totally lost. The grant from the Chamber of Commerce went towards renovating the space inside. That means the next business move into 280 Trumbull Street will be able to enjoy the new building. The Chamber said it will work with the landlord to get a new tenant. The building is prime real estate in downtown near the Hartford Stage Company in the People's Bank area.
Now, you may recall when she came into the here to the studio and talked about some of the problems that at least the Springfield location had. Like there was a manager that may not have done his job, and all fingers pointed to that one guy.
It was all excuses.
Yeah, a lot of excuses, but there were other problems with all the other properties, including other inability to pay rent. There was a cockroach infestation. When it comes to restaurants, I prefer a cockroach-free environment for most of my meals. That was not the case in that particular location, and here we have another one where, 4 or 5 restaurants. One, I think you get overextended just with one sometimes, but man, you got to be able to pay rent and stuff.
Well, Luari was also arrested and accused of writing bad checks worth more than $10,000. Oh, does little Jerry write bad checks?
See, this one.
This one, right here. Yeah, it's too bad.
It is.
A good idea for these restaurants. I think it was working for a little while, the bougie brunch place.
I do think sometimes people overextend themselves, especially in restaurant businesses. Like if you had one and it was doing really, really well, either you keep it, maybe open up a second location, but now we're talking about like 5 different locations, and there were financial issues with all 5. So it seems to me you kind of set yourself up for trouble.
I think people don't realize how hard it is to run not just one restaurant, but multiple restaurants.
Oh my God, yeah.
If you look at success of longtime businesses, restaurants, you realize those people who run those places are there almost all the time. There is no, the idea that, yes, we're making money, but to what extent? I mean, if your hours are 12 to 15-hour days just keeping this place in business, you even if you took in $100,000 a year, for a salary for yourself,
right?
Is it really worth the $100,000 by the amount of hours that you put in to get that money?
If you can make $100,000 working only 40 hours a week, that's a great deal. If you make $100,000 a year, but you have to do like 120 hours a week,
that's crazy.
That's that takes its toll.
But I don't think people realize how much of that goes into that grit of being there and making sure that people aren't giving out free drinks. Like that's probably the biggest one. Is the bartenders who take advantage of the, to get the extra tip from the customer going, hey, if I just pour in a little extra in here. I mean, a smart, well-run business won't be doing that.
Well, see, in a restaurant, it ain't just, you're serving food to a customer. You're talking about multiple levels of an operating professional kitchen with managers, line cooks, wait staff, everybody else that's involved. And like any business, there's always problems to deal with. So you not only have to be a good owner, you also have to hire really good people and find a way to keep them, which becomes the hardest thing to do. In a case like the Place to Be, there was a manager that she felt was not operating on the up and up, and it wound up hurting the business. Now, there may have been other problems too, but that certainly didn't help. It seems to kind of get the whole snowball moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there you go. Here we are.
And here we are. One more place down.
A Florida man is accused of stealing a car from a gas station, but then immediately returning it when he realized a 1-year-old child was in the back seat. Oh, man. You can't get away with anything good anymore.
I probably would have returned it simply because it wasn't Consumer Reports and reliability surveys weren't really good. I mean, low gas mileage, but the kid in the car?
Yeah. Well, doesn't they come standard now with 1-year-olds in the back seat?
It depends what you're stealing. If it's a minivan, you can almost guarantee there's a 2-year-old, 3-year-old in the car.
According to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, surveillance video shows 53-year-old William Mullis driving away in the vehicle while the mother was inside the convenience store. Within seconds before even leaving the parking lot, Mullis is seen putting the car in reverse and coming right back. The whole ordeal happened in a matter of seconds. The child's mother is seen running out of the convenience store, heading towards the driver's side of the car. According to an arrest affidavit, the mother confronted Mullis, who told her that he would not have stolen the car if he knew the baby was inside. He then apologized. He then left the area on foot. Under Florida or law, a parent or anyone responsible for a child younger than 6 cannot leave a child in the car unattended for more than 15 minutes. What? You're allowed to leave a baby in a car as long as it's under 15 minutes? That seems...
I don't know. I mean, in this case, the guy hopped in the car right away, right?
Yeah. Man, people in Florida are weird.
That's weird.
That's your protection laws. Yeah, as long as the air conditioner's running and the kid's in the back of the car, what's the harm in keeping a 1-year-old in the back there? Especially, I mean, usually when you keep the car running, you have to keep the doors unlocked.
Right. I as inconvenient as it may have been from time to time, I never left my kids in the car alone. I never did it. I always,
I did.
I always brought them in with me.
Oh, no, I did all the time. I'd go hang out at the Moose for a couple hours, leave them outside in the parking lot. And
well, it's very much how you were raised. But for me, I was not raised that. I would have taken the kids out of their booster seats, put them in a held them while I went to the CVS to grab my pills, and then that would have been it.
My kids got the living bejesus scared out of them when they were probably like 2 and 3 years old. I had gone in the house. We had come home.
Yeah.
They were out of the car seat. The car was in the driveway, parked, And I had to go into the basement of my home. That's where you would enter the home at the time. And I had to clean. I was cleaning like the wood stove or something, the pellet stove.
Right.
So the kids were like, well, can we just play in the car? And I go, yeah, sure, you can play in the car. I mean, you're not going to be able to do anything. Everything's locked and, whatever. So they're playing around in the car. Well, I'm like cleaning out this stove. And I didn't realize my fob is in my pants, right? So when I'm bent down, the car starts.
Yeah.
And I hear screaming, and I go outside, and I see the kids, like, screaming, the car's running. I'm like, how did they start the car? And then it kind of, like, 2 and 2 together going, oh, the thing was in my pocket.
They probably thought ghosts started the car.
Yeah, they did. They thought they did something wrong. So, it happens.
No, I know it happens.
But I don't know if I would leave them in a public space. I mean, literally, it was right outside the house, right outside the door.
But still,
yeah.
I mean, if you had to go into like the liquor store or something, I'd bring my kids in.
I'm not a very good dad. I really.
Yeah, I mean, you had your ups and downs. I mean, no one's perfect.
There was some,
Nobody's perfect, Steve.
Well, that was, scared the living crap out of those kids.
Bet it did.
Yeah. That's what I do. I like to scare the crap out of children.
It's like that character in Arrested Development. I don't know if you remember that.
A long time ago.
There was a character that was hired by their father to always scare them, and that he would pull off his arm or and that's why we don't play in the car.
That's I should have done that. I just did it myself for most of the time. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be rainy this morning and then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 65. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:52 and Quiet Riot with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be rainy today with a high of 65. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
If you were at last week's Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night, last Thursday night, you may have seen Steve and I wearing the brand spanking new, fantastic-looking Mayflower Marathon Thunderbird hockey jerseys. Mm-hmm. Those are going on sale officially today at the Rock 102 Studios, 45 Fisher Avenue in East Longmeadow, starting at 9 o'clock from regular business hours from 9 to 5. You can buy yours, $20. That's all it costs, and all the proceeds go to the Mayflower Marathon to benefit the open pantry. But again, they're limited edition. So once we run out, that's it. We're not making more. That's all.
I believe it's important to note that, it's a cash. We'd prefer cash. But if you have to write a check, make sure you're writing it to the open pantry.
Yeah,
because the money goes directly to the open pantry. It doesn't go to us and then, it does go to us. But it
goes to us, so it goes to them.
We're not taking a fee. Everything goes directly to the open pantry. So open pantry services. If you're still writing checks, as we had this discussion last week.
But no one's going to do that.
I had to go get a $15 money order the other day.
That's so stupid.
Well, because I don't understand why, we don't have a Venmo account for the school. We don't have, something that we can set up that
I'm gonna guess
can take the money versus me. Again, it's not that. I just don't have a checkbook. I don't order checks because I don't.
And that's not unusual. A lot of people don't. But I also think that probably schools are so worried about lawsuits and liability and fraud that they don't want to have a Venmo, because who wouldn't want to screw a school system?
I remember years ago this is why I don't believe in the trusting of the check to begin with.
Right.
I'd rather just go pay cash or make sure at least that the person received whatever it was that you were sending in.
Sure.
Years ago with the town hall in Huntington, I remember, now my wife was she never missed, there was no missed bills. It was very efficiently done.
Right.
And we get a notice from the town saying, hey, you didn't pay your water bill, 2 months ago. So then we're looking back. She goes back and looks in the register. Mm-hmm. And we're looking
in the big, giant ledger she has.
And you realize the check was written. The check was issued. Why didn't you receive it? They said they never received it. Okay.
All right.
Reissue another check. Hand it over to them. 3 months later, hey, by the way, this is the town hall. We found the check. It fell down between the desk and the table. Do you want us to catch it? No, I don't cash it. No, I don't want you to cash it. I want you to. That's
why I wrote you a second check.
I wrote you a second check. This is things like that have turned me off to the writing of a check. And I'd rather just go see you in person or write it or pay it online in an electronic form. At least you have a receipt that you paid it.
I mean, most people now pay out of their bank account and just transfer money over. I mean, it's
I don't know if we have that kind of technology up in the hills.
I'm sure you do.
I don't know.
Is it a local bank like the Huntington Savings and Loan? And by loan, we mean we give away one loan a year?
One time, years ago, I had a issue with my oil tank. It needed one of those new bobber things.
Sure.
And the oil guy up in Chester was like, "What do you know what kind it is?" And I said, "Well, here, you know what? Let me just take a picture of it and I'll send it to you." And there was dead silence on the other end of the phone. And finally, he was like, "Steve, I'm up in. I don't have that kind of technology. I'll just come down and take a look at what you got going on there." Because it was easier for him to bridge the gap of the technology because he didn't have that kind of thing on his jitterbug or whatever he was using.
Was he using a landline?
I think he was using one of the first cell phones, one of those,
like a bag phone.
Well, Chester had just gotten a Virgin Mobile store a couple of years ago, so that's
very good.
Yeah, but the whole idea of writing checks, forget it.
Hey, today happens to be excuse me, Autumn Mist Monday. Autumn Mist Farms. You can't beat their meat. No more construction. The road is back open. There's no reason not to go
There you go.
to Autumn Mist Farm. And there's no reason not to go without a $25 gift card in your hand. Not a bad deal. We happen to have one of them through for the 10th caller at 293-1021. Good luck to you.
There you go.
758 at Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't want to get crazy here and start saying that Drake May is the new Tom Brady. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Being compared to Tom Brady after less than 2 full seasons would be completely irresponsible. I mean, Tom Brady played in 335 games during his lengthy career. Drake May has only played in 20, 19 as a starter. Give me another 315 games and maybe those comparisons might have some credibility. And this is why I don't think it's fair to make these kinds of judgments on the young man. Having said that, I'm going to do it anyway. Yesterday, as the Patriots are busy dismantling the walking dumpster fire that is the Tennessee Titans by a lopsided score of 30-13, Drake May obliterated a team record that I did not realize that was going to be so effortless to achieve. Yesterday, Drake May threw for 222 yards, including 2 touchdowns, didn't throw a single interception, and here's where things seem impossible. He threw 21 completions off of 23 attempts. That's a completion percentage of 91.3%. You know what Tom Brady's single greatest game completion percentage was during his long and storied career? It wasn't 91.3%. The best Tom Brady ever was able to muster was 88.5%. That happened 16 years ago. Should also point out that Tom Brady's completion percentage throughout his entire career was 64.3%. That's 27.4% lower than what Drake May had yesterday. And I know it's unfair to compare Drake May to a guy who spent 23 years in the NFL and racked up 7 Super Bowl rings. However, Drake May's completion percentage for the season so far is 72.5%, second only to Jared Goff of the Lions. And do you know who never had that sort of percentage? Tom Brady. Even though he's just a kid, Drake May's percentage is 69.8%. Is Drake May the next Tom Brady? Probably not, but you have the first place New England Patriots may have found the second greatest quarterback in team history. I know it seems that way, but you never know. Seems to be the way it's going to go. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Craftsman Outdoor Power Gear won't do all the work, but almost. Craftsman String Trimmers, Craftsman Blowers, Craftsman Hedge Trimmers, Craftsman Power Washers. Save $20 on Craftsman Outdoor Power Gear at Rocky's with your Ace Rewards card. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 8:12 and Pink Floyd to Rock 102.
Rainy this morning and then cloudy by this afternoon with a high of 66. It is 66 right now in downtown Springfield.
I don't know if you're an art fan at all, but the Louvre.
Yeah, like Art Linkletter, Art Carney. I'm a big art fan.
Then you were a big fan of Art Bell for a while, too, weren't you?
Big, coast to coast.
Yeah, great show. The Louvre Museum in Paris, which is just a slightly bit better than the Eric Carle Museum is remaining closed today.
How can you say that if you've never been there before?
The Eric Carle Museum?
You've never been to the Louvre?
Well, I mean, my understanding is it's a pretty impressive museum.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more than what we got here in Springfield at the Quadrangle, but not by much. It's pretty close. I believe that there's the Louvre, there's the Museum of Science, and then everything here in Springfield. That's my understanding.
Well,
anyway, they're closed today. So if you're planning on going, today's not the day to go. The reason they're closed is yesterday there was an historic jewelry theft at the museum. In a post online, the museum said it regretted Monday's closure as France begins to digest the implications of the brazen heist in which robbers made off with artifacts from the French crown jewels that date back to the Napoleonic era. Now get a load of this, okay? The thieves used a truck-mounted ladder to gain access to the Apollo Gallery, one of the most ornate rooms in the entire museum. They get in through a window armed with tools that include an angle grinder, a blowtorch. They targeted 2 high-security display cases. The entire deal, the entire operation, lasts 7 minutes. They're in, they're out. They stole 9 items.
9 items.
Many of which are completely priceless, including a tiara and a necklace worn by Queen Marie Amélie and Queen Hortense. I don't know anything about them, but I hear they're nice. So now they're trying to figure out, well, how this happened. Because, one, the Louvre is a very securely tight building. You can't just walk in there like it's the coffee shop at a local rest stop somewhere. You can't just walk in there and start pulling things off the shelves.
It's not like a Love's truck stop where you can get a shower and a Subway sandwich.
It's nothing like that. It's a highly secured building. But they walk out of there in 7 minutes with 9 priceless items that have been part of the French crown jewels for hundreds and hundreds of years. Here's my question to you. Let's say that you and the rest of the people at Ocean's 11 can make this kind of heist. What are you going to do with that stuff?
Well, from what I remember reading about priceless artworks and things like that, this is obviously jewelry, so it's a little bit different, but stolen from a museum nonetheless.
Sure.
There's a whole culture of these rich people, these uber rich people who buy this stuff, and they'll buy it illegally,
knowing it's stolen.
They're saying, it's one of these conversation pieces that these people have in their living rooms and stuff. There was a guy I thought there was a organized crime leader, boss or something down in Connecticut who had all this, who had all these Van Goghs. And do you remember this?
I vaguely remember it, yeah.
It was stolen from a Boston art museum, and then this guy had it all displayed in his mansion, in his mansion. People do that stuff all the time. I think us as regular people don't realize that there's this whole other world going on with these trades back and forth, because clearly there's a benefit to taking this stuff. Clearly somebody is going to be buying this stuff. You wouldn't steal something that nobody would want.
This reminds me, though, of kind of remember that scene in Trading Places where Dan Aykroyd is trying to sell his watch, which tells time in New York, Europe, and Stade.
Yeah.
And he and the guy behind the counter is Bo Diddley, and Bo Diddley says, "I'll give you $200." And he says, "This is a $5,000 watch." Yeah, but in Philadelphia, it's $200.
Yeah.
So how do you see? To me, if I'm going to steal something of any value, and I haven't stolen anything of even close to something like this, you want to be able to profit off of it somehow. But if this thing is that hot, it's coming from the Louvre Museum.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, there's people out there that have the money and have the thirst for these kinds of items that would say, hey, I could have my all my rich buddies come over and we can check out all the crown jewels. These are the crown jewels.
Yeah. But is there no one that asks, hey, where did you get that exactly? Because to me, you don't steal something like that unless you're looking to show it off or sell it, right?
Yeah. Well,
because the pictures of this tiara with the big blue stones and everything, people are going to see that. You say, how many tiaras do you see out there? Not that many. You see a tiara with all these blue stones on it, I'm calling the art police and saying, hey, I think I may have found the crown jewels.
It could also be part of I just found these crown jewels. They're just laying around.
Yeah.
Somebody's left them here. It's like the lost and found at the Big E every year.
Someone's wallet, some iPhones,
and the crown jewels.
Crown jewels stolen from the Louvre.
Well, didn't they get it out of that, dig in the sandbox and pull the jewels out of the...
Somebody was scooping horse crap out of the Clydesdale barns.
Well, a gem, a diamond in the rough.
You don't see that color in these barns.
Or it could be one of these ransom type things. You don't know what the next step is going to be for these thieves. But the newspaper is reporting that 4 thieves, masked and hooded, entered the museum. They used a construction site as a guide.
Kind of like a decoy kind of thing.
Yeah. Construction work aided their heist as a cherry picker allowed them to access the Apollo Gallery jewel room directly on the first floor, which is less than 300 yards away from the famed Mona Lisa. The culture of Minister Dati told French news outlet that The surveillance footage of the theft showed the thieves entering calmly, smashing the display cases containing the jewels. Dottie said there was no violence during the heist, which she described as very professional. Oh, well, they cleaned up after themselves after they left. Didn't make sure not to leave a mess. And
they brought a Swiffer with them, some contractor bags to clean up after themselves.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Melt it down and sell the gems. That's what's going to happen. You can melt the gems? I didn't know you could.
I don't know if you can melt the gems, but you can probably melt all the settings and stuff.
Yeah. Underground bidding. Highest anonymous bidder. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. There's a whole outlet for it.
I'm sure there is, but they're saying that many of these items. I'm looking at the picture of some of these things. I mean, I wouldn't be caught wearing them out of the house, but they're saying that these things are most likely never ever going to be found.
Yeah,
like they'll you can't call the cops and say be on the lookout for these precious stones, these earrings that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You're never going to find someone at a pawn shop, finding these things.
Yeah, pretty well executed art heist, though.
Yeah, it's very Ocean's 11-like. It reminds me of like the Amazing Chin.
Did you know that there was an art heist once where the thief's van ran out of gas as he drove away from the museum?
Really?
Because he had no Monet to buy the gas to make the van go.
Jokes about the art world kill me.
I'm telling you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Next week, I'll tell you how hungry that caterpillar really was.
It's 8:21 on Rock 102.
Call or text us.
8:32 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Yankee Home Improvement. Winter is coming right now. Save up to $179 on every window. Get 50% off installation and zero interest for a year. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Beck. I'm convinced community forums are just places for people to go who have Tourette's. That just shout things out off the top of their head. This one from the Westfield Community Forum. Is $170 really the going rate just to look at and diagnose a dead furnace? Have you never
had someone look at your furnace before?
Come over, and yes, it does cost that much.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have something fixed, sometimes it's like $175, $200 just for them to walk in the door.
Just wondering about Mr. Mickey, the bus driver of Bus 13. We haven't seen him in weeks. I hope everything is okay. Why was Taco Bell absolutely packed last night at 10 when I drove by?
Because people were hungry late at night.
What was the other? There was another, we were talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I thought, I got a chuckle out of that one the other day that Helen Keller was faking the whole thing. That was one. But I'm watching the TikTok yesterday, and this guy goes, there's a conspiracy theory out there of like, people going to the airports.
Yeah.
And like, how can there be on any given day that many people going from one city to another? Like, it's just weird. Like that was what the guy was saying.
Really?
And then he goes, but I'll one up that. I live in a small town in Florida, and every time I drive by the dentist's office, it's busy, like every day. And it's like, that many people having mouth care. And I'm like, dude, this is not about a conspiracy theory. It's your lack of understanding of how many people exist.
I mean, if
like,
people,
just because
if people go to the dentist like once every 6 months, it's a pretty good chance that their practice sustains a lot of people going in every day.
But like, I'm the kind of person that pretty much stays within two places, this place and my home.
Sure.
And then I'll go, to places at work. But I don't really go out. I know there are millions of people every single day in the world.
Sure.
Going places. Of course. You just don't think that way because you don't see it all the time.
Some people live in a very closed universe. Like it's a very, very tiny space. I mean, why was it so busy at a Taco Bell? Because people were hungry and wanted to go to Taco Bell.
Why was Taco Bell absolutely packed last night at 10 when I drove by? I've never seen that many people outside of a fast food restaurant.
When did the libraries get so many books?
Yeah, where did all these books come from? Are there that many people reading out there?
I mean, it's the way the world is, dude.
I can't believe I drove out of my house. First of all, I want to know what that guy was doing up past 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
That's
no
the
kidding.
real question. You clearly don't understand how the world works.
It's like wondering why like a Dunkin' or a Starbucks is so busy at like around like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Do people really drink that much coffee every day?
Why is this line so long at peak business hours? I don't understand. And a place like a Taco Bell is open late on purpose because most of the other restaurants close around between 9 and 10. So
Right.
if you had a 10 p.m., let's say a play got out at a school, you got a bunch of hungry kids. These parents aren't going to go home and cook their kid dinner at 9:30 at night. You're going to go pick up a Taco Bell and pay $800 for a bag of tacos.
I swear, some of these statements on forums or on the internet, it's all like AI bot questions. Like you can't possibly question the world that deeply.
They're real people.
I know, but
and
it's
they're
just,
asking real questions. And I don't know, but I think sometimes they ask the question just to be a jerk. Like just to start something.
yeah.
A discussion. Because you got nothing better to do because you're sitting at home on your community forum computer. This one's for my community forum posts, and this laptop's for my porn. I got two. Just in case they can't connect, they can never connect the two.
It's like, it's being like in a town where the town forum says, what's the best place to get pizza in town? And there's like one pizza restaurant in the entire town. Well, you only got like one choice.
Well, I mean, if you go to like Palmer and you'd be like, hey, where's the best Chinese place to go or the best liquor store? You got like 3,000 choices that you got to choose from.
Spin the wheel. No matter where you'll find it no matter where you go.
And what section of town are you on? Are you Midtown and Thorndike or are you uptown in Three Rivers?
Tough call.
What is happening at the post office? Police has West Silver Street closed on one side. Hey, do people not realize it's none of your business? Like, it really isn't any of your business. I mean, like, yeah, okay, there's a large police presence. There's clearly something happening that doesn't involve you.
Yeah.
So why are you concerned? Let the police do and EMTs do their job or whatever is going on over there.
Why were EMTs on Stony Hill Road in Wilbraham last night at 7:05? Because maybe somebody was sick or injured?
Yeah, it could have been.
And what makes you think it's your business to find out?
What was going on at that Taco Bell last night? I'm confused. All right, let's talk about other stuff. 6 people are without a home after a vehicle crashed into a residence on Worthington Street in Springfield Saturday night. The Springfield Fire Department stated at approximately 10 p.m., right around the same time that Taco Bell was loaded in Westfield. Crews were called to 849 Worthington Street regarding a car crashing into a home. One occupant was freed from the vehicle and brought to a local hospital to be treated for minor injuries. Springfield Fire said that 6 residents have now been displaced and are currently being assisted by the Red Cross. Maybe those people were taken by the Red Cross to get something to eat at the Taco Bell.
That's a very good possibility. Although not at Worthington Street.
You don't think on Worthington Street there would be something?
I'm looking at the house now. I mean, I would suppose that depending on how hard the car is going, it could cause a great deal of damage. It just doesn't look to be. The picture on Zillow.com does not make it look like it's like a terribly sturdy residence. But again, you blow the horn, everyone's got to get out of the way.
That's right. The Munson Fire Department was sent to a fire on Reamers Road Sunday.
Road.
The Munson Fire Department states that approximately 6:08 p.m., the fire crews were sent to 55 Reamers Road for a cargo trailer fire. The fire involved a commercial lawnmower and multiple jugs of fuel. No injuries were reported. However, the cause of the fire has not been released. Do you ever get burns in your Reamers?
No, I try to keep flames away from my Reamer.
That's the very definition of getting a burning Reamer.
Yeah, I know. I try
flames
to keep it away from it.
A bald eagle was spotted high in the trees by a 22 News viewer in Springfield on Saturday afternoon. They sent their bald eagle pic to the Report It feature at 22 News. Jorge Gonzalez sent a 22 News a photo of a bald eagle in his backyard on Newberry Street in Springfield. These birds typically live in coastal areas and larger inland waters. Oh, wasn't there a pond over on that side of the town?
I mean, technically, you're not that far from the Connecticut River, really.
While bald eagles were removed from the federal endangered species list in 2007, they are currently listed as special concern in Massachusetts, according to the Fisheries and Wildlife Division. Breeding bald eagles disappeared from Massachusetts in the early 1900s due to widespread intentional killing of these birds and habitat loss. In 1982, 41 eagles were relocated from Michigan and Canada to an overlooking the Quabbin Reservoir, gradually revitalizing the population in the state. I think I got one up in my neck of the woods. I see them flying around all the time. Yeah.
They're kind of cool when you see them.
How about Norwich Pond up in Huntington? There's one.
It's really cool when you see one flying around.
They're pretty big. They're pretty big birds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I bet you they're tasty, though.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if people were eating them left and right, and then they had to put the kibosh on killing them because you were going to eradicate them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're good.
I don't know. What do eagles taste like? What does the internet have to say? The bald eagle meat is described as having a gamey flavor with a texture similar to beef. It's a very dark and a hint of wildfowl, resembling the taste of waterfowl, turkey's venison. However, it's important to note that the consumption of bald eagle is illegal in the United States due to their protection status under the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act.
Oh.
So if you got a hunger for a bald eagle, you might want to think twice.
That's not going to be game night at your local Elks Lodge?
Perhaps not. You're probably better off going to the Taco Bell in Westfield to see what kind of shenanigans are going on around there at 10 o'clock at night.
I've seen the spread eagle up at Anthony's. I believe they have that on the menu up there.
Yeah, but that's not something to consume.
Are you irresponsibly?
At all.
How do you know?
Because you don't know where that spread eagle has been.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You saw.
You don't know how it was handled.
You saw it limping in from the side stage. That's where it came from.
I want to know how it was prepared before I even grab a napkin.
And then that C-section scar right down the middle. Oh, somebody already had a sample of this. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be rainy to start, then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 66. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 66. It is 66 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock, 8:51. And Ozzy with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be rainy this morning, then cloudy this afternoon with a high of 65. Tomorrow, looking a lot nicer, though. Sunny and a high of 66. It's 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
So a couple of things. First of all, the Mayflower Marathon is right around the corner, 3 days prior to Thanksgiving. It's not that far away. Begins on November 24th. We're broadcasting for 52 hours, starting on the 24th at 6 a.m. and ending Wednesday the 26th at 10 a.m., just outside the South End Market at MGM Springfield. Our goal this year is to fill as many trailers with non-perishable food donations as we can possibly fill. It all goes to the Open Pantry, who definitely need your help right now. They're in a desperate situation, and the numbers keep escalating. So start your collection now at work, around the neighborhood, school, or home, or wherever. You can even donate online at rock102.com. Thanks to some of our sponsors, including Capital Moving and Storage, Arment Trucking, Xfinity, Camping World of West Hatfield, Michael's Party Rentals, MGM Springfield, and many more. By the way, the Springfield Thunderbird hockey jerseys go on sale today at just after 9 o'clock for $20.
That's 8 minutes away.
8 minutes. And they're only $20, and all that money goes directly to the Open Pantry. To get all the details about the Mayflower Marathon and all the things we got coming up, go to rock102.com. It's the Mayflower Marathon of Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
You know, the Mayflower Marathon, we're going to have to start scheduling some guests soon.
Yeah, who do we want?
I don't know, but you know what? I think we should maybe use a shared calendar. You know, shared calendar is a very useful tool to do.
Sure seems that way.
And just paint a little picture for you. A couple of weeks ago, I was complaining about, maybe we should get somebody in here, like a producer or maybe even an intern we could do. And then, when you ask your corporate company and tell them that you're thirsty, they do then offer you a dry sandwich. And the dry sandwich came in the form of, hey, this'll help you out.
Yeah.
Why don't you use this shared calendar? So the girl upstairs, she creates a shared calendar that you and I can use to schedule guests on the morning show, so we don't have any mishaps like I usually misschedule people. Then we get double bookings, and then the whole day is messed up.
Sure.
So we get this shared calendar. So then I ask you when I come in after the calendar was issued. I said to you, I said, well, now how do you use this calendar? And you're like, well, you just open up Outlook and you push the calendar. And then I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I start putting in entries of guests in the calendar. And I'm telling you almost every day last week, this guy's coming on tomorrow. This lady's coming in, whatever. It's all on the calendar. And you're like, okay. And you don't say that you don't see it on the calendar. You just continue to go, okay, it's on the calendar.
Well, because then what happened was, as I started looking around at the calendar and couldn't find it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I get multiple calendars in this calendar.
Okay, so here's what happens though. You don't say anything about not seeing it until Friday. So Friday comes, and we have a guest come into the studio, and I was like, yeah, it was on the calendar. And you're like, I don't know what calendar you're talking about. What calendar are you looking at? And I'm like, this one. And I'm like,
first of all, that's a faulty impression of me. I was not.
No, it's actually a very accurate impression.
It wasn't filled with exasperation. It's like I'm not seeing any of the stuff on the calendar.
Okay, but you didn't see that calendar until Friday.
Okay.
But you didn't say anything the previous 4 days when I was like, that's on the calendar. That's on the calendar. You just.
Because right, you're absolutely right. I probably should have said something, but I was also looking for it because there's several different calendars on this calendar, and so for example, like the one that's now up today, a lot of things that I had added are not there. So
okay, but did you add it to your personal calendar, and now it's not showing up on the morning show calendar because there's two different categories.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but had you alerted me to this last week, I wouldn't have filled out the entire calendar.
Okay.
I would have caught the mistake right away. I didn't realize I was going by what you said about how to access the calendar. You're like, just click open Outlook and click the calendar, and the calendar's right there.
Okay.
So then I start typing things in. I'm assuming you can see it.
I can see it now.
But you didn't say anything that you couldn't see it until Friday. So then Friday comes, I had this whole thing filled out for the last, actually weeks ahead of time.
Right.
And now I'm realizing you're not seeing this. So then, on the Friday afternoon, I asked the girl who started this whole thing. She gave me a nice tutorial. This is how you got to separate the calendars and all that stuff.
Sure.
And then, so now I'm like, oh, okay, that's why he couldn't see it. But why didn't he say that he couldn't see it the previous days before Friday, so I didn't have to fill out the entire schedule?
What can I tell you, Steve? I got a lot going on over here.
What do you have going on?
Pressing a lot of buttons. I got a lot of knobs. I'm dating a virgin. Something's got to give.
But at what point? On Friday, you said, you know what, I should probably tell him that I'm not seeing any of this stuff in the calendar that he keeps talking about every single day.
Right. And I didn't. And I'm apologizing to you. You're right. I should have said something.
This is the whole point of using a calendar.
Yeah, I know.
So we don't,
And I got it.
And if you don't say, I don't see it early on, it kind of.
Okay, but now here, Steve, now we're on the same page. Now we are simpatico.
Are we?
We are running in tandem in the same direction. We have a calendar that can now organize everything that we have planned. It's very simple. Now we're all on the same page.
And I'm looking at these. Now, get this. I don't have to just pull up this morning show. I can actually pull up your calendar.
Right.
And it just says you're busy on certain days.
It says I'm busy.
Yeah.
That's all it says?
Because I'm not allowed to see your personal calendar.
Oh, sure.
I'm just allowed to see the times that you're busy.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm busy doing the same things that we're all doing together.
Well, you could have kept yourself busier paying attention that the events weren't showing up on the very calendar I asked you about.
Well, it's kind of like one of these things, Steve. If you don't see it, then you might not question it because it's like, well, okay, well, maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. And, so now there we go.
But it's okay to say that, to admit that you
All
didn't
right,
see it.
Steve, just take a breath. Everything is okay.
I'm fine. I'm just.
I don't think you are fine.
I am. Well, actually, you're getting more. You're getting a.
Look, I mean,
little heated.
I feel like I'm being put on the defensive here for just a simple misunderstanding
I'm
that
just
has now been corrected.
Trying to publicly shame you.
Oh, well, why don't you just start off by saying that?
I'm trying to prevent you from going on a community forum going, why can't I see the guests on the event list that Nagle put up?
See, because I would never do that,
Yes,
Steve.
you would.
No, because I would never publicly humiliate you the same way you've decided to publicly humiliate me. Which, by the way, ain't working. You're going to have to try a hell of a lot harder than that.
Well, I mean, you could have said something.
I could have, but then I chose not to. So here we are, all running in the same direction. We're all good now.
Do you know what's coming up this week?
Well, I can see we're talking to someone from Rick's Place.
Yeah.
Somebody else I don't know. Zolak. I expected that one.
Yeah.
The folks from 52 Summer. I got all that stuff.
Yeah. See, it's all there.
Yeah.
It's all there.
It's all there.
Yeah.
So what we got going on, we're good.
There you go.
See, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You're getting all blown up out of nothing, Steve.
No, actually, I had a pretty valid argument there.
Well, you know what? Now that it's all resolved, you can put it aside and go on with your life.
It's resolved because I resolved it.
Oh,
it wasn't
I see.
resolved because you said, "Oh, you know what? I made a mistake."
Oh, okay. Well, my fault. I'll take it if that's gonna make you happy.
All right. Somebody says, "Shut up, Steve."
Yeah. Because you know why?
Why?
Because it's 9 o'clock on Rock 102.